Good morning, and welcome to Two Scoops News with Dan and Craig. I'm Craig,
And I'm Dan.
and this is Two Scoops.
You're watching Two Scoops Morning News with Dan and Craig, your sunrise reminder that things could get worse, so laugh at them while you still can.
Yeah, I just realized I don't have the
I
thing
do
set
not
up.
have my article pulled up.
And
This is
scene.
fantastic. Hang on, I don't have it at all in front of me.
Wow.
But I did get the Twitter post out on time. That's all that matters. Okay, here we go.
Do you like my new
right.
backdrop?
I did. It's kind of like very
Patriotic,
fascista.
I'm pretty sure is what it's called.
Is that what that look is?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Hitler said that too, and Joseph Stalin, and who's the guy from V for Vendetta, and probably Scar from Lion King, and
Right.
all the patriotic ones.
Yeah, all the heroes of our history. That's not. Oh wait, that is you. That is yours. Cool. Yeah. Go. Do the thing.
You see this title, you're like, no, that's something else.
I actually wasn't even looking at the title. I just didn't think I had the overlay pulled up.
So, in other news,
Good morning, everyone.
All right, so the metaverse is a thing, and it's all these like creepy, like Wii U avatars and stuff. But we got to make instead of working on the like look of the metaverse, we got to work on the feel of them because why not? I'm guessing this isn't. Oh, we do.
We got to work on that feel.
So I feel like this is gonna get a Tesla suit because these Tesla suits are virtual sex suits that let lovers pleasure each other over like long distance. So like virtually touch each other, but you can feel it because you're in this like sex suit. But it's called a Tesla suit. Do you think this was created by Tesla, or do you think
I think this
else?
is an Elon Musk side project for sure. This definitely
totally
sounds like something he'd be into. I mean, he's had like 25 children with a bunch of weird cyber women like Grimes and a bunch of mystery women, probably in South Africa. He's got some stuff going on. I think this is the Elon Musk sex suit. There's probably only two in existence, and it's between him and his partner.
No, there's only one in existence, or two
between him and his partner.
Yes. That's what I was gonna say. It's like, so how often do you hear about like, or do you see like women online, quote unquote, that are like trying to chat with you, and you know it's a freaking bot because of how it's like talking and stuff? It's like, hey, saw your post and you look super sexy as fuck. It's like, first of all, you haven't seen me, obviously.
Right.
Second of all, you're totally a bot. Like, how many times do you think
I have
these people are
0 friends and 0 followers? Would you be my first baby?
Yes. Oh, God. How often do you think some dude is going to be like in this sex suit and he's like, oh yeah, baby, touch me there. And it's like a bot. Like a bot is going to be like pleasuring you from like literally in more ways than one.
And really, at that point, what's the difference?
Yeah, really, seriously.
Like, who cares?
Like, just program the thing to do it. So this says a full bodysuit that lets the wearer touch objects in games, not touch objects, touch like boobies and shit. That's all that's gonna happen with these things. People don't care about touching objects in games, and even feel different temperatures in different environments. Gets its first turn on the catwalk. So are they actually? The video's loading, but it's been loading this whole time, so I'm not going to try to play it. The Star Trek world of fully immersed visual reality isn't quite as far away as you might think. The Tesla suit, with its full body haptic feedback, that is a feelback system, it might as well be,
basically,
offers two-way interaction within virtual environments. Not only can the suit project the wearer's presence in a virtual world, but by directly stimulating nerves and muscles with tiny electric currents, it brings sensations of the computer world into the real one.
In other
So
words,
tiny,
it vibrates your naughty bits.
but it's electric current. So imagine if something starts like accidentally somebody hacks your cyber suit and like cranks up the electric voltage in it, and all of a
Right.
sudden your naughty bits get like a real shock.
Yeah, you think it's shocking that you find that I don't know, there's a bunch of crazy conspiracy theorists that seem to think that smart cars are easily going to be easily hackable by certain entities, and they will be very dangerous in the near future. Now imagine when your your junk is being driven by the government instead, and the things that they will do to you. If you think the corn cob being rammed up your ass in hypothetically is a bad thing, that's my next question. Like, does this have if she wants to like stick a finger in or something,
Oh god.
does it have those extensions or are those like add-ons or something like?
Well, listen to this sentence right here. As well as electric stimulation, it does talk about creating even deeper and more convincing immersions.
Told you.
So
it's got
probably,
that extension.
I think you got to pay extra for those different attachments.
I'm
Though.
sure. Yeah.
Now, my question here is,
I mean, the iPhone
like,
doesn't even come with a USB-C port.
like, all this obviously is just going to be used for like creepiness, and so how do you stop the dude from like, or the girl, I guess, from touching you in the places you don't want
It's
to
a
be
dude.
touched right now?
It's
Not when
just a
we're
dude.
talking. Not. It's probably just two dudes that think one is a girl. They're totally
At
getting
best.
catfished. It's like you're getting catfished, and all of a sudden you feel a virtual poke, and you're like, "Whoa, man!"
More importantly, what sizes do these come in? Because I have a feeling the person that's lonely enough to use one is not going to fit into the picture that is
The
shown
actual.
in this.
Oh no, you don't think so? So you also picture a guy eating like freaking leftover pizza in his basement, like sweating in one of these suits?
Yes, but I only picture that because there's a mirror in my basement.
Oh,
I'm buying the first one. That's what I'm saying.
all right, fair enough. That would totally fit you. The BBC's Sarah Cox
Of
experienced
course
the
it
world's
is.
first digital hug while wearing. Well, first of all, Sarah Cox works for the BBC. So like, yeah, this is such a play on words here. She experienced the first digital hug while wearing a Tesla suit.
Big
Although the
black
man
Sarah
hugging
Cox. Is
her
that what
was,
you're going for?
yes,
I just now got that.
yes, I know it took it. I knew by your response you didn't get that, so I was
Yep.
just gonna let it go.
Yep.
Um, although the man hugging her was a few yards away, she felt the intimate embrace through her suit. And then all of a sudden it's like, and suddenly he grabbed her ass. Well, no kidding, because that's all you do on these things.
Yes.
Well, she does say, I could feel it all down my back and on my shoulders and on my stomach, she said. And it's just really exciting. They're like, whoa, Sarah Cox, calm down. We're on
Settle
the
the
news.
fuck down.
Like,
All the way
seriously.
from my shoulders, down my back, around into never. Yeah, that's enough,
My
Sarah.
neck, my back. Or no, don't finish that song, lady. We are on live news.
Hey,
It's
CD's
no
here. Hey,
surprise
CD.
that-
She says she made
What's
it.
that?
And good morning. CD is here.
CD,
Somebody
you made it
woke up in time to watch this nonsense.
about goddamn time. Um, Says it's no surprise that a lot of people have already hailed it as the future of sex. Who is hailing it as this? Like who? Like a lot of people, they're like, you know what we need in sex is these virtual sex suits because don't get enough sex. Like we can't just go out and have normal sex anymore. I guess we do have monkeypox out there and the Rona. So I guess this is the way we should be having sex now because to prevent some of these
No
horrific
monkeypox
diseases.
either.
Now, what stops people from wearing one of these to work and just sitting in their sex suit having sex while they're at their job?
Absolutely nothing.
All of a sudden you see like Johnny over there and he's sweating profusely. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Shut up, man. Go away. Go away. Close the door.
Oh my gosh, so messed up. It's so messed up. Ben Barnes, writing for the future of sex, says users might go online, chat with a sex worker via webcam. A bot. That's going to be a bot. Absolutely. We're going to have
Why would you pay a
prostitute bots
human to
now.
do that? Like
Right.
there's not
When you
only
could just
no value in a human doing it, or they're like as far as the user knows, if they're able to be tricked, but the person who is like, I don't know, prostituting out these services, um, why would they spend money paying a human to do work of any kind in this capacity when the entire thing is digital and all you have to do is plug in the robot algorithm to say naughty things and then vibrate and heat up in certain ways. Um,
yes.
yeah, you'll have pimps that have infinite amount of resources because they don't have to hire somebody. They just have to convince
Right.
these incels to make enough money to afford a sex suit.
Right. The overhead cost of your business is virtually nothing at this point. All you have to do is download a sex bot and like upload it to somebody's freaking interwebs, and then you're just making money on nothing. CD says, I won't eat the bugs, I won't live in a pod, and I won't have sex in a suit. Depends on the suit, I guess. So this is funny. It's like they're pretending this is more than what it is, because they're like, obviously, the use cases are truly far reaching, from medical rehab to training for dangerous work scenarios in a safe to fail environment. No, nobody's doing those things. The only thing people are doing in these suits is saying, "I wonder what it would feel like to touch me there."
Yes.
Nobody is training or medical rehabbing, or unless that's what we're calling it these days. But
It's called a
no,
sex
it's just
suit for a reason.
absolutely
We know your
yeah,
goal here.
yeah,
You're not fooling anybody. That's the headline of your article.
yeah. No, right. It's like just stop trying to convince yourself this is for something other than just weird, creepy, like virtual sex because you can't get any in the real world. And the only people inventing these are people that can't get any in the real world.
Not
Just
necessarily.
go.
They might see a hot market, and I mean, you don't have to be single to realize that single people are desperate and will throw money at something like this.
You got to understand, with virtual sex comes virtual rape. You got to understand that. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was
what
gonna say.
laws are there preventing virtual rape or virtual like touching unwantedly? It's just like, can you sue somebody for touching you in your like virtually touching you that you inappropriately in your virtual sex suit?
Here's the
Like,
thing: we've heard people complain about getting digitally groped in the metaverse, which means that
we have heard that.
yes, that's actually a thing that people have complained about. Not that they can
Oh,
feel it yet or anything. It's just that their character had an unfortunate interaction with probably a 12-year-old boy in the
well,
metaverse. Now, I think that once you put on a virtual sex suit and get online with other people that you know are wearing virtual sex suits, that, in my mind, is consent on its face. Like, you knew
now,
what you were
now,
doing.
now you're just along with those old men that are like, if she wasn't wearing such slutty clothes, she
Dressed
wouldn't
like
have
that,
been
she was
raped.
asking for cyber rape.
Yes, exactly. So you're in line with like Harvey Weinstein now because of the things you're saying.
In
But
this case, I
does
might be,
the
yes.
law does the law have anything to say about this? Like, would people go to jail for inappropriate virtual touching? I don't know. They'll come up with something. They have to. Or do you just get locked out of your sex suit for like? Do you get like a 7-day ban from your virtual sex
Or you
suit?
get locked into your sex suit. It's like when
That's
you catch your kid smoking a cigarette and you make him smoke a pack of
no.
cigarettes because you're a terrible
Yeah,
parent.
you don't even. All you got to do is put them in Punisher mode,
Right?
and and you just get like impaled
Just
in
get
more
pummeled
ways than you want for like 7 days.
until you never want sex or whatever this is again.
Yes, it's genius. I mean, let the markets decide, I guess.
God bless
All right,
them.
that's
All right. So, moving on, you heard about the Joe Biden's speech and everything that inspired this look that I have going on here, right?
yes, absolutely, I did.
So shortly after that, there were some people that were, well, throughout that speech, Biden kept, heavily implying by saying that the MAGA Republicans really wanted civil war and they were calling for violence over and over and over again. He said they're calling for violence and they're calling for riots. I don't know who these people are that are calling for it, but at least not on
That's
the right wing
that's
side. But Kathy Griffin, shortly after that speech, said, if you don't want a civil war, vote for Democrats in November. If you do want a civil war, vote Republican. Now,
Now, is that a like a threat? Like if you vote Republicans, we're bringing a civil war? Or is that saying the Republicans just want a civil war? I can't decipher what she's going for here. It's like if you really want it, it's like, bitch, if you vote Republican, we are definitely going to civil war here. That's what it kind of sounds like to me.
now I'm glad you asked that question because I had this pulled up to talk about on the show yesterday, and I would have asked the same question. And then I listened to Tim Pool's covering of this yesterday, and now I'm going to steal it because he's absolutely right. She by logic, she has to be threatening a civil war here because she says if you don't want a civil war, vote Democrats, which means if you vote for Democrats and the Democrats win, the Republicans will do nothing. If you want a civil war, vote Republican. And when the Republicans win and they have the power, do you think that they're going to be calling for a civil war? Or do you think the Democrats will be calling for a civil war?
That is a very fair clear up of this whole point because I would think if the Republicans were the ones wanting civil war, they're not going to do it when their person's in
Right.
power or their people are in power. They're not going to be like, oh, this is so freaking shitty that we're going to cause it. It's like, no, our
We
guy's in.
hate that
So
our guy won. Let's kill a bunch of people. Yeah, like I don't know if she's so dumb that she didn't realize what she said, but I don't think we
she
should give her that benefit of the doubt and take her at face value here that she is threatening a civil war.
now the thing that pisses me off so much about all of this is that, I mean, we're going from kind of joking to slightly more serious on this, is that when Biden comes out and says this stuff, like the whole speech was supposed to be, it was marketed as a unifying speech, bring this country together. But the
Yes.
whole time he's like, us, we the people, we need to stand up for our democracy against them. We need to unify our country
Right.
against them. Is basically what he said. It's like, you're doing the opposite of what you're saying things and like it's the meaning is the opposite of the things that you are actually saying because you are saying unify against half of at least a third of the country are MAGA Republicans, I would say.
More.
Yes, you get 20% of the Republicans that are all on Liz Cheney's dick, but at least 2/3 of Republicans are MAGA Republicans. Therefore, about probably 30% of the United States, I would say, would be MAGA Republicans.
Yeah,
So you're isolating them.
the entire speech was split 50-50 between this country is doing great and I have no concern that we will get through this and everything is going to be fine, and those people are a small minority and also they could overthrow democracy at any moment. It is a very clear and looming threat that we need to do something about right now, and if we don't do something, we will all probably die. But I'm glad we're unified and we're moving
But no,
forward
no,
as a
no,
country.
no. Hear me
No,
out.
no, no,
Hear
no,
me
no,
out.
no, 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 no. I'm deadly earnest. Come on. No, I'm not joking. I am not joking.
I'm not joking. It's not all. No, no, no. It's not all of them. There's a few good Republicans still out there,
Right.
uh, and it's just a small amount, man. But this is the greatest threat to our democracy, and we need to unify. We need to unify our country and come together as one people and stand up against the other
You
not one
against
people.
you. And
Yes,
like I
stand up as
mentioned
one people
yesterday,
against the not people.
I hate that I have to do episodes where I'm like defending the MAGA Republicans, but it's like he's not talking about MAGA Republicans. He's talking about people against the regime. He's talking about anybody who is against their thing that they've got going on. Because he's like, I'm not talking about all Republicans, even like good Beltway normie Republicans are on my side or something, or I get along with them. It's like, so what you're saying is anybody who disagrees with you, those are the
Mhm.
enemies. And it's funny that Kathy Griffin is the
Look,
one. What?
when Donald Trump came out and like was calling basically without calling for, but calling for martial law against Antifa. I I was saying the same thing. It's like that you can't just start sending your freaking federal troops in and snatching people off the streets because they
Right.
disagree with you, even because they're like burning buildings and shit. And you can't do that. That's not how this freaking country works. I
Especially
was
if the
against
cops
Donald
haven't even
Trump.
tried.
Yeah, exactly. I was against Donald Trump when he was kind of playing dictator, and I will stand against Joe Biden when he's very much playing dictator because it
And I'll
it's not
stand against
like
Joe Biden when he's not playing, when he's just being one and
when he's
calling
just
for these things.
he's just literally a dictator. So, uh, what happens when Joe Biden gets his hands on one of these virtual sex suits?
Oh
That's the real
God.
question.
Oh God.
So, what
I
were you
don't
saying
think they
about
come in
Kathy?
sizes small enough for him, for the person on the other end to really excite him.
Oh, God.
Now, if
We
we
have
give,
virtual hair smells.
oh God, yes, uh, uh, I wonder if they have like attachments where it's like it emits certain scents, like it has a little pod here or something. It's like one of those old, the aroma
What are those things?
scents,
Yeah,
whatever,
the
the air
sprayer.
freshener
Just
sprayer things that just spritz every now and then. It's got one of
sprays it
those that
right in your
attach to your chest and just goes straight up your nose. Now, if we give Kathy Griffin the entire benefit of the doubt and assume that she's just a crazy person who thinks that any day now the MAGA Republicans are going to be rioting in the streets, and um, that's why she's so concerned about civil war. It's really hard to even give her that benefit of the doubt. Like some people maybe might be that delusional, but it's hard to give this person the benefit of the doubt that she is concerned about civil war and her being on the right side and somebody else
I was
starting the fight here.
I was just literally about to ask, isn't Kathy Griffin the one that held up Donald Trump's bloody decapitated head, and
Within
she's the
like
one afraid of civil war?
May 30th, so within like the first half of Donald Trump's presidency, this happened. Now, imagine
Yeah,
if somebody came out right now and held up a severed Joe Biden fake severed Joe Biden head right after this speech. Do you think that would be taken as I'm scared that people will have civil war against me? Like
I
it,
want to see that. I want to see some comedian. Like, what's a far right comedian that you know of? I don't know of
Ron
too
White.
many. Sure. What if what if Piro came out and held up like a bloody Biden head? You think that's gonna get the same like, haha,
It
that's
was just an art
hilarious
piece.
type
It was just an
reaction?
art piece. It's not to be taken seriously.
That's really good. I am convinced that Ben Shapiro's videos are played in like 1.5 times playback.
Ben Shapiro's life exists in one half. That's how we get so much done in a day. It's that sneaky Jew technology that speeds him up. Now,
But again, do you get the same haha results when somebody from the right, it's like a MAGA, and Ben Shapiro is not a MAGA guy, but let's say some Proud Boy guy, so holds up a bloody Biden stump and just no caption, no nothing, just post it on their Twitter. You think it's just like, oh, that guy's just being funny, and
right?
this is just comedy.
It's
No,
art.
it's like, wow, this is. I mean, the FBI would be on his ass immediately.
Yeah,
Like, he immediately would be knocking on his doorstep.
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, she did obviously get pushback for this photo back in the day, but it's like it's hard to
Did
take
she get
you.
the FBI?
What?
Did she get the FBI pushback? Because I guarantee you, if some Proud Boy guy was holding up a bloody Biden head, the FBI would be all over
Right.
this, and there would be like the FBI would be Twitter posting about this. And that's the thing I don't understand is you remember all the jokes back in the day. It's like if you say I want to kill Barack Obama enough times on your phone, the FBI will knock on your doorstep.
Say
And
what? If you
it's
say
like
what, Craig?
Barack Obama should die. They will be on your doorstep. You're like, I'm gonna clip this out. Um, um, how is the FBI at least not like addressing that back in the day? Like, that's the president. You can't do that.
Right.
Like,
It's
I'm not saying
possible
they should.
she might have gotten a call from the Secret Service. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me honestly if she did, because from what I hear, even Eminem got a call from the Secret Service when he said the anti-Trump like things that could be taken as threats or whatever. And then in his next album, he was like, he even talked about it and said, I'll murder that guy lyrically," and talked about the FBI or the Secret Service coming to his house and questioning him. I don't know how much of that's true, but it wouldn't surprise me. Like they don't usually take too lightly to these things. So even if she is like a Biden supporter, she might have still gotten that phone call. And even if she didn't get the phone call, she got all the due pushback.
I mean, is Kathy Griffin even relevant today besides the anti-Trump statements that she says in these
Kathy
stupid
Griffin
tweets?
has never been relevant, and never in her career as a celebrity has she been more relevant than when she just posted a picture and when she posted a tweet. Like the only thing she has to offer anymore are it. That's why it almost makes me wonder, like, is she just dumb and trying to be edgy and failing at it, or is she like, I have nothing left of this sham of a career that I had. I'm already a soulless ginger. What can I do? What can I possibly do as an old bag? I've never been funny in my life, so let's just try being angry for a living.
Yeah.
And
Well, look at The View. How is she not hosting The View?
That's a good
Like
question.
a co-host on The View, because that's all they are.
She could be the right-wing
I mean,
pundit.
has any of them? Oh yeah.
I mean,
Have
that's
any
the
of them?
spectrum of The View. It's hard left
Yeah,
to center left, also known as right wing today.
Oh,
Just so
gotcha.
they can be fair and diverse.
Have any of them on The View been at all relevant in the last 25 years besides bitching about Donald Trump for the last 6 years?
I have no idea. They sometimes call things racist.
Oh, yeah, okay, but that's the same. But they got to tie Donald Trump in with that. They got to be like, this post over here by this guy was blatantly racist, and this is just a symptom of Trump's America. I
Yep.
mean, that it just goes hand in hand. It just goes down that road immediately.
Yeah, one of my favorite lines from Biden's speech was when he's like talking about how we're going to bring all the manufacturing back to America. We're going to bring all this whatever. America, we're bringing it home. Everything's going to be made in America, which I don't know if you recall. When Donald Trump said those things, they seemed to think it was
Yeah,
very racist and xenophobic. And then in the same sentence, in the same breath, he says, and get rid of all this white supremacy. Like he even says white supremacy within the same breath of a thing that they would have accused Donald Trump of being a white supremacist for saying.
how many things has Joe Biden like regurgitated straight out of like the initial Donald Trump campaign speeches and then turned around and been like, we're going to fix what Donald Trump did? It's like, but you're literally saying the exact same thing that
Cops,
Donald Trump was
the
saying.
wall, xenophobia. Like they're the same on like
Yeah.
when it actually the rubber meets the road. They know that the majority of voters want these things. You can run on being anti-cop and anti-wall and all that, but when it comes down to it and you see the problems that those things cause, then you're just like, I've always been pro-cop. Go cops. Yay. Cops. Yay. Wall.
I never said I wanted to abolish the police. What I said was we need to have more police. Do you remember when he said that in his it was what was that thing called? It wasn't the State of the Union, it was that other stupid the town hall meeting. It's like
Yeah.
we never wanted to abolish the police. What we said was we want to give more money to the police. And it's like, that's not the campaign you ran on a year ago, Joe. What
Yeah.
do you just not remember the things that maybe you didn't say it in your campaign, but you were definitely supported by the people that wanted to defund the police. So it's
Right.
just this like whole bait and switch thing. And I'm just waiting for the day Joe Biden comes out and he's like, we need to build back better and we need to make America great again. And everybody's gonna be like, woo, that's
He did
so
say
awesome.
we're gonna make America better or something like that. Like it was very, very close. I'm like, whoa, buddy. Which honestly, that's what he should have been running on. Like that should have been his campaign slogan over like no malarkey or whatever the fuck it was. Build back better and all
Yeah.
that shit. It's like it should have been make America, not make America, but the best
No, make
America
America
yet or
better.
something like that. Like something that
Make America better again. We need the MABA Democrats. We got the
MABA.
MAGA Republican, the MABA Democrats.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just
Now, do
it's
you think
ridiculous.
so I'm torn between either these people, like if I give them the full benefit of the doubt, either they're maliciously stupid and they don't know that the internet exists yet, or the alternative, which is they're just evil and they're like, I don't care if you can find out that I'm lying because most of you are stupid. You're not going to go looking for it. Like they know these clips exist. They know the things that they said before don't match up with the things that they're saying now. It's like polar opposites. And they're just like, I don't care if you find it. I don't care. You can call me out. I am above reproach. There's nothing you can do that's going to stop me from saying whatever it is I need to say today to get you to clap like seals.
I think the people in front of the cameras, I think like Joe Biden is just literally that dumb or just that like he doesn't remember the things that he said and his marketing campaign because it's not even like political campaign, it's a marketing campaign. His marketing
Yeah.
strategists are like nobody's gonna fucking do anything about it, and we're not gonna tell Joe because Joe might be like, should I really say this? No, we're just gonna write something on a piece of paper and he's gonna say it. So the people in the background, yes, they are evil, they and they don't give a shit, and then the political heads at the front are just like, I'm just reading a script off of a screen, man.
Did you say political heads?
Political heads. Yes.
Mhm.
C.D. McRae says Kathy had a whole show about her life. It was called On the D List. So she had a show about being a failed
About
celebrity.
sucking, yes. Yep, that sounds about right. I did have another point to make, but it's gone now. So, guess we're done
Oh.
here.
I guess.
Oh,
This has been the news.
yeah. In his speech, one thing that I pointed out that I don't know why I'm recapping yesterday, but all this stuff I find to be all very fascinating. He said in his speech at one point, "As your president, ... like, as your president, I will blank.
So
You're the president
not even
right
sure that
now. Go do
Is
it.
he-
What are you talking about?"
trying to convince himself, or is he think
He's
he's still
campaigning.
running for president?
He's campaigning. He's in well, the speech was written for him by somebody. Like none of this was an accident. The lighting wasn't an accident. None of the words he said were an accident, except for the one or two times that he seemed to go off script, and then he said his, punctuation, which is "I'm not joking," or "No, I'm serious." Because he really needs to convince you that he's not a liar. But yeah, it's just interesting that you put armed guards behind you and look like the devil, and then you campaign while you're president. Like that's how
Yep.
frightened you are, I believe, of losing your spot of power. That you need to be like this menacing presence, and then be like, "No, elect me as president, please. I'll be good. I'll be good this time. Elect me." It's like you are the president currently, sir. I don't know if you're aware of this. I don't know if you noticed the badge that's on your podium, but you are the president right now, and you can go do all the things that you're pretending you're going to do. But of course, it doesn't matter because none of this is real. Like the MAGA Republicans
This
thing.
This is less real than sex in a virtual sex suit.
I think that's the best place to wrap it up. Thank you for putting a nice button on that and stopping me from going on. Craig, where can people find you and the things that you pretend to do?
You can find the things I pretend to do on the Break the Bell podcast, which is on all or most or many of the podcast platforms and YouTube. And you can find me on social media at Break the Bell Pod. Go find me.
And you can find me at thesystemisdown.tv or on Twitter at TSIDpod. And this has been Two Scoops.
This has been Two Scoops Morning News every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 a.m. Central or whenever we feel like it. Until next time, hang in there, America.